Hey, what's going on everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Robots in Disguise Combiner Force Blurr, but this time the Legion version. Aww, so cute. So, normally I would do these videos with, like, you know, a wave of these guys, but I think, as far as I can tell, this guy was the only new character in the wave. It looked like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee reissues. Maybe they had new paint, I'm not entirely sure. But, so I picked this guy up, and this should be just a quick little video about him specifically. So as you can see, it's a nice little image of Blurr there. You can see the robot mode in the packaging, of course. But you get instructions, which is very strange considering the deluxe class figures have no instructions except for printed on the back of the package, but the little guys actually get a folded sheet. Strange, but that's alright. It actually looks like a really, really nicely done figure. It looks like he has quite a lot of paint apps for his size class, which is really refreshing, and the deluxe also had a lot of paint apps. This guy has some really nice metallic sheen plastic, or that could just be the bubble that he's packaged in. We'll find out in a moment. On the back, it just shows an image of his vehicle mode and robot mode, and says that he converts in 6 steps. So, without further ado, let's get this guy open and check him out. Alright guys, so here we have Blurr in his vehicle mode, and it's actually a really, really nice little representation of the character. It's pretty nice angles and stuff like that. It's, again, the paintwork is really, really nice. It does indeed have that metallic sheen that I thought I saw, which is pretty cool. We got some nice painted windshield here. The spoiler on the back is darker color, as are the wheels, which spin very nicely. You can see the robot underneath, but overall, it's a really, really neat little vehicle, and in some ways I actually prefer it to the deluxe version. So this is of course a transformer, so what would it be without the transformation? So very, very simple stuff. We're gonna go ahead and pop the front end of the vehicle just like that, and then we're gonna unfold it and split it apart, and that's gonna become the robot legs. And we're just gonna go ahead and flip down the robot feet, which are fully painted, totally painted robot feet. They are molded in the same color plastic as the rest of the body, but they are fully painted, which is really, really neat. And of course, we're going to go ahead and bring the arms down here. So just unpeg the arms from the back of the vehicle mode, and then they'll come down these little joints here. There we go. Just unpeg that and bring those down. Now the back is just a little flap, and it's just going to come down just like so, boop boop, and just kind of sit along the back there, and then if you can flip up the spoiler parts, and there you have Blurr in robot mode. So here's a nice little close-up, so you can kind of see the paintwork done on his face. Actually quite nice, and I like the way that the paint does not quite go into all the cracks and crevices, so it really brings out the details very nicely. He does have an eye color that is painted on that is different than the rest of his face. It is a very light metallic blue, which is nice, and his face is kind of that white color that that he shares on the arms. And you can see there's some darker blue here. There's some more white on the chest. Of course, the arms. He's got a lighter. I think this might actually be the same color as his eyes on his crotch piece there, as well as here up on the shoulder pylons. Here he is on the back, and yeah, he's got a flap on the back. But if we actually compare him to his deluxe counterpart here, this guy actually has a lot of nice things to offer, and you can see he's not really that far off from the deluxe. They both have this kind of big backpack flap sort of situation going on. And they both, I think, use it pretty well to their advantage. I mean, obviously he's got, less articulation than the deluxe. He does have upward shoulder movement just due to that rotation joint there. He can rotate his arms because his arms are on a ball joint, although they seem to be stopping right here for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure. because there's nothing that I can see that's stopping them, but I don't want to force it. But weirdly enough, they can go all the way around in this direction, so if you want him raising his arms up any more than that, just go ahead and swing his arm around the other way, I guess. I'm not sure, maybe there's a piece of flash in there. An excess piece of plastic that's just preventing that from going all the way up. Yeah, because there's no problem on this arm. So it's got to be just a little rogue piece of plastic in there. So not a big deal. His hips are on ball joints, so you can get all the rotation you want out of those hips. And of course, he's got a nice super deep knee bend just due to that transformation. And he does have some foot articulation simply because of the transformation joint again. So you can also lift this up and out of the way to kind of get it out of the way for any poses you might want. He does have a little tab back there and a little slot back there, so I think it's supposed to actually tab in, but it doesn't really do it in any meaningful way. It certainly doesn't stay there, if you were to, fight with it. But it's fairly secure, just in normal everyday hanging around. So I don't know what that means, everyday hanging around. I mean, in average use of this figure, it's not going to become a problem. It's not like this thing even moves that far. It just goes, that far out and then just falls right back into place again. So not a big deal. But overall, a very, very nice figure. Overall, don't buy it at Toys R Us. They're still charging $8.99 for these figures, which is absolutely insane. So I actually picked this one up at Target, which was much more reasonable. I think $5.99. So it's still a little pricey for a figure of this size, but overall not bad. You can see he does have molded hands to hold Cyberverse size weapons. That's pretty cool. And other than that, he's just a neat little figure, and I definitely like him quite a bit. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll have more Transformers coming real soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.